welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be looking again at water mixable oil paints. This is a picture we started a week or so ago. I think it's probably about 10 days since I did this, and I left it to dry a little bit, but as you can probably tell by the sheen on it, it's not completely dry, and it won't be for several weeks or months because there's quite a lot of paint on there. So it's touch dry in some places and tacky in other places, but of course with it being oil it's not dry. So like I said last week when I was doing the sky, I wanted to keep the focus on the sky, but I did think I'd come back and put some foreground in. So this is completely imaginary, and as you'll see, I'm just using a grey to just draw in an outline of these imaginary mountains. So I'm going to use exactly the same colours. I'm not going to add any extra colours, and I'm going to keep it quite simple so that the emphasis is still really on the sky. So you can see I've started with some greys made up of the same grey that we were using in the base of the clouds. So there we've got some cobalt, some burnt sienna and a little bit of the titanium white, and I'm not mixing it really too much on the actual palette. I'm mixing it more on the paper and letting some of those colours show through. So to begin with, I'm just going to add lots of colours, all the same ones that were in the sky, to the mountains, and I'm going to vary the way that my brush is going. So maybe making some peaks and troughs in those distant mountains. Like I say, completely out of your head, but don't have the lay of the land coming all in the same direction. You know, some of the fells are going to be going away from you, some of the peaks are not going to be at right angles to you, so just vary the direction of your brush. You'll see as I go along how much I twist that brush around. So I'm just applying colours, and I'm going to apply some stronger colours to the base of the paper, more in the foreground, but really I'm still keeping this these hills quite distant. I don't want to bring them too far forward. I want the sky to be quite dominant. Okay, so I'm going to carry on putting all these different colours on, and as you'll see I'm moving the brush around, and then once I've finished putting all those colours on, I'm going to mix them on the paper using a different brush, with a much softer brush, to blend them together, and you'll see me doing that as we go on. So really that's all there is to it, putting the colours on where you want them and then softening them off with the brush. Sorry, there's a jet going over, I don't know if you can hear that. I'll just pause a moment. 2 jets, 3 jets actually. Right, so hopefully you can hear me again now they've gone over. They like to practice over us. I think they use the fells of the Lake District to, you know, they follow the line of the motorway up and then the fells to practice over. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. So yeah, just mixing the colours on the paper, but quite thickly. Like I said in the last video, you need to add thick paint over thin paint. You're still going to have the colours of that ground showing through as well. So put the paint on quite thickly, and then use a softer brush to smooth them off. But don't smooth all your lines away. You know, you do want to leave some sort of variety of lines so that you're going to get some nice contrasts and put some highlights in. And if you feel you've over blended it and you've lost some of what you had, then come back and put extra paint in. And you'll also see at the end I do just touch up 1 or 2 areas of the sky where I'm not just as happy with it. But this is just a quick demonstration, and really I left it very unedited so you could see exactly how much time it took me to do it. So I think this video's less than quarter of an hour or so, quarter of an hour, 20 minutes. So that's all the time it took me to do this little foreground. So of course if you were going to spend hours on it, you'd have it much more precise, and if you had something to copy as well, or if you were looking out on the landscape and doing what was in front of you. But quite easy now and again just to do a little imaginary one, and we've all seen hills, we all know what they look like, so it's good for that. But every now and again stand up and move backwards and have a look at your painting from a distance and see if you're achieving that distance that you want to achieve in it. Okay, so if you have a go at that, let me know how you get on in the comments below if you've got the water mixable oils, and just enjoy them. So they remain workable for quite a long time, because if you put it on nice and thick, you know, you can spend your time blending and getting it just how you want to get it. Okay, so enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.